Namaste and Lakach Jayom Guru. Loving greetings to all of my dearly beloved brothers and sisters everywhere all around the world. Hello, hello, hello again. Blessed we are to be getting together again for our energy traffic report. And well, today's a kind of a special day, energetically speaking, for me and for others also that are in alignment with this galactic signature for today. Today happens to be my galactic signature, along with anybody else that happens to be CALAHUN MULUC. And so, let's grab our galactic calendar. Let's find out what's going on energetically speaking today. We're going to check this energy traffic before we start our day, hopefully, ideally, right? So that we can know what the energy is like, so we can harmonize with that energy, and all day can go smooth and harmonious for us. So, grabbing our galactic calendar, we open to the 8th galactic moon of integrity, and we are in this third week of this energy of integrity, right? And here we are, almost to the end of this blue week here, this transforming kind of 7-day energy cycle. And we see our tone and frequency for today. CALAHUN, the 12th tone, the crystal tone of cooperation, today is coming together with red moon MULUC. So today we say red crystal moon, CALAHUN MULUC. So now that we know the tone and the frequency for today, now we want to take a look in the back of our calendar and see what is the tone about, what is the frequency about. The tone is going to tell us how the frequency is going to be, right? And so we want to first take a look at this 12th tone, the crystal tone of cooperation. And we find this crystal tone of cooperation on page 8, where we see 3 keywords: dedicate, universalize, and cooperate. Or cooperation, sorry. Dedicate, universalize, and cooperate. Right? That's what this is all about. This crystal tone of cooperation, right? Our quote to help us understand this crystal tone of cooperation, CALAHUN. CALAHUN represents the maximum evolution of form, its attainment of complete complexity. Having dissolved rigidity in tone Hun Lahun, yesterday's tone, right? The tone of liberation, right? Liberating dissonance, right? Today, the crystal tone of cooperation, CALAHUN, presents a higher order of coordination, offering complex stability, creative cohesion, and comprehensive vision. Here, we perceive the coherency of the whole as a composition of interrelated parts, honoring the elaborate interworkings of life as a mandalic synthesis. The crystal tone of cooperation asks us to universalize, to translate our knowledge and insights that they may be universally applicable, relevant, and shareable with all, assisting the elevation of the common good. Tone CALAHUN affirms that we ourselves embody the highest qualities of internal and social architecture. Like a crystal with its unique individual facets that contribute to the totality of its beauty, so Tone CALAHUN reminds us to honor and celebrate the diverse features and contributions of individuals, which constitutes the power of a strong, independent community. Tone CALAHUN, the crystal tone of cooperation, offers the recognition that in a healthy whole system, the needs of the individual are met by the collective, and in return, the individual feeds the aspirations of the collective. So may we strive to collaborate with one another, combining our gifts and enhancing our efforts, while remaining clear and lucid in the grace of our autonomy. Also, every 13 days around the world, groups of natural time trackers like us, like what we're doing right now, meet regularly on crystal days to share their accounts of accomplished or completed adventures, or to determine new adventures to undertake. These gatherings, known as roundtables or courts of kin, are specifically held on crystal days because the crystal tone CALAHUN models cooperation, right? It is the crystal tone of cooperation. So if we're doing things that are cooperative today, the universe is really going to cooperate with that, help with that, and really make it so that you're successful at that today. Now, these circles exhibit the cohering power of acknowledging all participants as carrying equal rights and equal responsibilities, while organized around a central unifying focus. All are universally welcome to contribute their personal energy in dedication to the constructive functioning of the whole. And CALAHUN, the crystal tone of cooperation, declares, every being has a place in the formation. Our individual efforts of perseverance and commitment are invaluable. As we work in connection with one another, a powerful synergy emerges. A crystalline configuration which equals more than the sum of its parts. So may we each experience ourselves as integral components of a network of divine creativity. And our quote to wrap up this idea of CALAHUN, the crystal tone of cooperation: every individual is a detail of the whole pattern. Right? Every individual is an important, necessary detail of the entire pattern. Right? We see this beautiful pattern of this mandala behind me here. But if I was to take away just this one little dot right here, just take that out right there, and there'd be that missing spot right there. This whole mandala, you wouldn't notice the beauty. You'd only notice that one missing dot, right? The whole beauty would be broken and lost because one little speck was missing, right? That's CALAHUN, the crystal tone of cooperation. The first part of our galactic signature, right? It's a two-part energy thing, right? Energy signature. So then let us turn to page 11, where we're going to find Red Moon MULUC. It doesn't say MULUC in the calendar, but it says Red Moon. Of course, if you have the calendar, you're certainly welcome to write in the word MULUC, so you know that Red Moon is MULUC. And 3 key words to help us understand this Red Moon MULUC energy. Well, Red Moon MULUC purifies. Red Moon MULUC is about universal water and about flowing, right? Like water does. Water flows, yes. And water purifies, yes. Red Moon MULUC, one of its symbols is the raindrop, water, right? Universal water. Our quote, "You cannot step twice in the same river, for fresh waters are ever flowing in." Right? And what that means is you can step in the river twice, but when you step there and then you go to step again, you can't step in that same spot. There's not a footprint in the water. The water flowed and moved, right? And changed. It's a purifying, right? Universal flowing kind of thing. So the symbol, let me show this to us as we read this. The symbol of Red Moon MULUC appears like a beacon, a portal, inviting us into self-remembrance of what we are in our purity. Red Moon MULUC is a messenger of the ever-present opportunity to renew one's being, to rejuvenate, to cleanse ourselves, that we may be free of toxins, falsehoods, distortions, and disserving energies. Why? Well, to refine ourselves as clear vessels, to restore health and well-being. And perhaps the strongest forces of purification are gratitude and forgiveness. Acknowledging the totality of our human experience as a divine gift and remembering we are ever learning innocent children of life. The power of universal water, right? Key word for this energy, MULUC. The power of universal water invites us to call upon our fluidity, our adaptability, our resilience, and our ability to change states. You know, like water can be flowing, right? And going right along, right? Nice and smoothly. Or it can become rigid, depending on the conditions. If it becomes cold enough, water becomes stiff and hard and rigid. And then if it becomes hot enough, water will turn into vapors and dissipate into the air, and you won't even see it, right? And when conditions change, water change. And we can change our states, like, right? We can become rigid if we want to. We can be flowing and cooperative if we want to. Or we can get steamed and just get really angry, right? You get steamed and you're out of there, aren't you? You disappear into the air. We can change our states. We have that ability. And flow reminds us of the law of impermanence, right? That's the law of this universe. The one guarantee we have, it's not going to stay like that. Nothing stays. Only the soul and spirit are unchanging. Everything else is changing. Everything else is impermanent, right? And Red Moon MULUC is reminding us of this truth of the universe, this law of the universe. We can call truth law, right? Because the truth is unbreakable, like an unbreakable law. So flow reminds us of the law of impermanence, asserting that change is the only constant in life. In a continual process of release and renewal, we cycle in phase with nature's rhythms. Right? We want to be in rhythm with the natural cycles of nature. If we are resistant to the flow of life in its patterns, as well as its unpredictability, we may encounter unnecessary stress or struggle, or overlook fresh opportunities presenting themselves. Right? If we resist, if we're in resistance to this flow, if the universe is flowing up and we're flowing down, we're going to experience that as struggling and suffering, sorrow in our lives, or miss opportunities. So we can't control the river of life. Therefore, it's wise to yield to the momentum of the naturally arising circumstances. Water is the largest component of our planet and of our human bodies. And Red Moon MULUC advocates to hydrate your cells, to bathe our bodies, to cry our tears, to claim our sanity, and to go with the flow of our soul and celebrate all of the wonderful and various manifestations of water, of moonlight, of oceans, clouds, and rainstorms. May we honor this precious resource of water. Hydrate ourselves, right? That's Red Moon MULUC, the raindrop, right? And well, now we've looked at the tone, we've looked at the frequency separately and individually by reading in the back of our calendar. Now let's grab our Cosmic Dream Spell Astrology Wisdom Workbook and let's take a look on page 129 where we see that today's galactic signature is Kin 129, where Red Moon MULUC is coming together with the crystal tone of cooperation, CALAHUN. So we say CALAHUN MULUC. And now, after receiving the spectral tone of liberation, yesterday's energy, if we're working together every day with this, I'm sure you'll remember, yesterday was the spectral tone of liberation, right? Giving us that freedom, right? After that comes the complex stability of this crystal tone of cooperation today. Red crystal moon, CALAHUN MULUC, guides and teaches us to surf the tides of perpetual change through embodying the transformative powers of water in order to regroup, recrystallize, and reform into a higher intelligent order. Water has the ability to transform from solid to liquid and then to gaseous vapors. And we would be wise to emulate water's transformative qualities in the dream of this existence. Now that we have received the freedom of the spectral energy, we can focus on the blessings of purification through earnest devotion and focused cooperation. Through this discernment, we can elevate our innate abilities. Red crystal moon, CALAHUN MULUC, encourages us to collectively activate our fluidity and flow, flow, flow. Right? What are we flowing with? Well, let's flow with the tides of never-ending perpetual change. Right? That's what's going on here. Everything here in this universe is in a constant state of perpetual fluctuation, right? Changing. And, wow, we would be wise to go with that flow, right? To flow with the changes. Red crystal moon, CALAHUN MULUC, also reminds us that through sincere willingness and true humility, we can co-create with others of like-mindedness, right? Like other like-minded brothers and sisters in ways that manifest unlimited exponential positive opportunities for growth and expansion. As we work together in alliance for the benefit of the greater good, our collective efforts can and will offer complex stability to our planetary family at large. The cauldron of creation is inviting us to acknowledge all of the supportive forces that have assisted our progress. As the dream of our earthly journey continues, let us all work together that we may all achieve the complex stability of our truest and highest potential, so that we may collectively reap the harvest of the highest expression of who and what we really are. So that is red crystal moon, CALAHUN MULUC. That's our galactic signature for today. That's what we're, matching up with today. That's what we're, trying to play match game with today. All throughout the day, we're trying to match up with these energies. We're watching for these energies everywhere going on in the day, all around us all day today. We'll see people cooperating. They'll have this idea to cooperate today, right? You'll see it everywhere. Right? You'll see everywhere people are flowing like water, or maybe being rigid like ice, right? And changing this way, right? So then next we want to color and draw. We want to draw this MULUC archetypical glyph. We make our square and we make this barrier going around here like this. It's a protective barrier. Right? And then make this circle here in the center, and it's pretty simple. Right? Coloring it red, because it's red moon MULUC. Right next to it, we want to draw the 2 bars and the 2 dots. Now the dots and the bars, they're going to be white. Well, because we're in that 13-day cycle that we call a wave spell. That's an energy cycle. Every 13 days, the energy changes, right? And there's a rhythmical pattern to it. Right now, everyone is experiencing, whether they know it, like it or not, this purifying energy for this 13 days. Well, we're 12 days on it now. Kind of coming to the end of this 13-day energy wave, right, of purifying. So next we want to fill in all of these blanks down here at the bottom of our page and do our affirmation, right? That's that special affirmation for today, where we use the 3 key words from the tone and the 3 key words from the frequency to create a unique energy affirmation just for today. And keep repeating that throughout the day, and then we'll start seeing this dedicating, universalizing, cooperating power all going on everywhere today. This purifying, flowing, universal water kind of thing going on, right? You'll see people want to clean things, right? So, well, let's fill in the blanks. We see our first blank here is kin number 129. We're 129 days in on this 260-day Zolkin cycle, this Zolkin energy wave, right? Where, as we read, right, this energy teaches us to surf these energy waves, right? These tides of perpetual change, right? These energy waves are changing every day in a very specific rhythmical pattern. As we work with it each day, we will naturally come in harmony with that rhythmical pattern, and then our life will be in harmony with the universe. Next, we want to check this next blank out here that says galactic signature in English, right? The English way of saying this galactic signature, we say red crystal moon. Red moon MULUC is coming together with that crystal tone of cooperation. So red crystal moon. Then the way of saying this Mayan energy for today, right? In the Mayan way of speaking, well, we say CALAHUN MULUC. First we say the tone, CALAHUN. Then we say MULUC, right? Those two energies are conjoining today. CALAHUN MULUC. Next, color and direction. Well, it's red moon, right, today. And so red is associated with the east, and red east initiates. That's what's important about this energy, that it's an initiating kind of energy, right? When we look at our galactic calendar, we notice here that we have these days, the weeks. There's the red week, the white week, the blue week, and the yellow week, right? So red east week is an initiating kind of energy, right? That's what's important. It's not just red, white, blue, and yellow, to be patriotic or to be colorful or pretty or something like this. This is very meaningful. Red is initiating, right? So we want to write in here, red east and initiates, right? Because this is the initiating, right? The first week is initiating, right? The second week is white, it's purifying, right? After it's initiated, right, it's purified, yes? And then once it's purified, would you say purifying something transforms it? Right? So the blue third week is the transforming energy of 7 days, right? And when something is transformed, finally it comes to fruition, right? It blooms, it blossoms, yes? The yellow energy, right? Yellow, south. Blooming, flowering, blossoming energy, right? As we write this in each day here, red east initiates. Tomorrow, white north purifies and refines, right? Blue, then blue west, right? Transforms. And then yellow south, flowers, brings to fruition, right? So as we keep writing this in over and over, every 4 days we're going to be writing in red east initiates. It isn't going to take too long before you remember that permanently. So next we are looking at these 3 circles here at the bottom of our workbook page. We see the first one is the lunar phase, and today the moon is waning, right? We've been writing in that the moon has been waxing. Well, that's because, we experienced a new moon yesterday, and now today the moon, even though it looks full in the sky, is ever so slightly starting to wane. It's getting a little darker. The light is waning. And so we want to write in the word waning here. And you really don't need to color it in. The moon looks full. So we're really just drawing and coloring in how it looks, right? If you wanted, you could put it a little bit darker on one side here, indicating that it is starting to wane. Next is the Galactic Activation Portal circle here. It's not a Galactic Activation Portal day today. And then the Pocahontas Clear Day, it's not a Pocahontas Clear Day. So that brings us to our affirmation for today, where, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be utilizing those 3 key words: dedicate, universalize, and cooperation for the crystal tone of cooperation, and purify, flow, and universal water for red moon MULUC. I'll read through it one time today, and then we can do it together 3 times. Today I dedicate in order to purify universalizing flow. I seal the process of universal water with the crystal tone of cooperation. And today I am guided by the power of birth. So now that we know what it is here, let's do it together 3 times. Today I dedicate in order to purify universalizing flow. I seal the process of universal water with the crystal tone of cooperation. And today I am guided by the power of birth. Today I dedicate in order to purify universalizing flow. I seal the process of universal water with the crystal tone of cooperation. And today I am guided by the power of birth. Today I dedicate in order to purify universalizing flow. I seal the process of universal water with the crystal tone of cooperation. And today I am guided by the power of birth. Namaste and Lakach, Jayom Guru. There we have it. Another energy traffic check complete. And, that means we're about ready to get on out there and take on this day and harmonize with this day, not fight with the day, right? It isn't going to do you any good. I promise you, brothers and sisters, it won't do you any good to fight against the universe, right? Who do you think's going to win if you're going to fight against the universe? The universal intelligence that created everything to go in this specific beautiful rhythmical pattern that all of the universe is supposed to be in harmony with. But since God gave us free will, us people, we don't have to stay in harmony if we don't want to. The blades of grass have to stay in harmony. All the planets, they have to stay in harmony. The seasons have to stay in harmony, right? Everything in all the angels of the universe, they all have to stay in harmony, right? They don't have this free choice thing that our great and wondrous Creator, our source, has blessed us with. So we get the choice to harmonize with the universe or not. And what a big mistake we make when we don't harmonize with the universe. We can. And then we learn a very interesting lesson about how much suffering we can endure, right? When we try to struggle against the universe and go against the flow, right? It's totally not necessary. We could be in harmony with the universe. Well, that's what I like to say. We've kind of been taken out of this wonderful harmony that our source originally started us off in, right? We've been taken out of this harmony. And one of the most biggest contributing factors to that is that Gregorian calendar. Right? It's that Gregorian calendar has kind of put us under what I refer to as the spell of artificial time, right? Which has us out of sync with all of the perfect rhythms of the universe, right? Because, we can do that. We're free to do that. And, oh my goodness, we've actually done that, and now we suffer because of it. And we could not suffer if we wanted to. If we could get ourselves into harmony with all of the universe, everything would be flowing perfectly in our lives. And it begins with starting each day in this very special way of getting in harmony with the flowing energy, getting back into the rhythm of the cosmic cadence, right? The rhythm that we are supposed to be in harmony with, breaking the spell of artificial time and getting into what I call galactic timing, right? Our timing frequency. So, thank you, my brothers and sisters, for joining in with me again today. God bless us all. Namaste and Lakech. Jayom Guru. Let's get on out there and have a great day. Let's take on this day. Let's be fully empowered empaths. Let's not run away from negative energy. Let's put it this way. We're not supposed to be running away from negative energy. If you can't handle the negative energy, of course, what they say, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. But we're supposed to be fully empowered empaths, chasing down negative energy. We came here with this special superpower to chase down negative energy and transform it, not run away from it and cower in fear, right? And there's a lot of empaths here on the globe, and I'd love to see all these empaths becoming fully empowered. So let's get in harmony, because that's where our power begins, bringing our life into harmony with the universe. Only then can we start thinking about those greater things that people are talking about. So thank you all. We'll see you all next time. Bye now. Let's have a great day. Get a hold of me if you'd love to talk to me about anything. I feel so honored and blessed to be able to do so. Bye now.